child.
Read with your kids. Read with your kids, bro.
This is definitely going to be my first and last year teaching.
Get your kids before the real world does, okay?
If you are not a teacher, you do not know what it means to be teacher tired. If a teacher comes home and just sits in their car for 20 minutes, seriously, let them. Most people go to an office job where everything is quiet and they're working and they have their own space. In our office, we have anywhere from 20 to 30 kids, all at different levels. You could be helping a certain level of kids while being interrupted by another level of kids, while being interrupted by some other kids that have to go to the bathroom. But just because you're tired on a Wednesday doesn't mean that you're not going to have a PD after work that you have to go to. What about all those parent emails you have to answer? Not only do you have to plan your work to be at work, you have to work while you're at work. And then you have to assess the work that 20 to 30 kids did, making sure that those kids' behaviors are under control. Have meetings about the work that you did. You have meetings to become even better, because even though you went to school, you have tons of trainings to be even better than you were than when you went to school. So if a teacher's chilling in their car, maybe they need a coffee after school, leave them alone.
Good morning. Teachers can't teach because they too busy raising your child. They have to raise your child because you're not doing so. You're not stepping in and being a proper parent to make sure that your child's behavior is manageable in a classroom or any setting. But teachers have to stop educating, not just your child, but also other scholars, because your child don't want to get it together or don't know how to, based upon you not doing your part. Parents, how dare you? Especially when they are physical. Or we not gonna act like it's just redirection, not staying on task. Oh baby, your child is being physical, assaulting, insulting. That's a you problem, parents. That's a you problem. Somewhere in the wash, something was not done properly. Somewhere in the DNA process or in the raising of such is not being done. I'm gonna need you to correct you, because teachers need to educate. Yeah.
This is my 13th year teaching high school and my 10th year teaching AP Lit, my second year teaching AP Seminar. And I've noticed a troubling trend with my students over that period that has progressively gotten worse, with a huge spike right after COVID, that I can't not talk about it anymore. The trend is that teenagers, kids in general, are significantly less able to critically think or solve problems on their own without help. I've got examples. For example, they will type in, I've noticed this a lot in AP Seminar, they will type in one long, complicated search phrase, and when they don't immediately on the first page of results see exactly what they're looking for, they give up and they come to me, and they, instead of saying, how can I search better, or what am I doing wrong, they go immediately to, well, there's no articles on my topic, so I need to pick a new topic. Like immediately giving up after one try of typing a question into a research database that is so complicated and conditional and convoluted that there's no way anybody would come up with results for it. Another example is, this happens daily, literally daily in all of my classes, asking a question that is clearly and blatantly addressed in the step-by-step instructions for whatever it is they're doing. And then when I point out, oh, that's in the instructions, they still follow that up with, yeah, but you could just tell me, right? Related to that last example, if I give them an assignment with said step-by-step instructions, like my writing revision assignment, that is 8 very simple steps, every single time we do it, over 50% of my AP students miss one or more of the steps.
This problem here with the emails, I'm getting pretty sick of it. Let me show you what I'm talking about, because this is all just from this week alone. I've got this one right here with no body. All it has is a subject line that says, yo, my mom's mad at my grade. You should fix it. OMG. I don't even know what that means, okay? So whoever sent this and wants me to fix their grade, I know it was you. I'm probably not going to do it. What else we got? move, please? Bruh. Can I move, please? Jackson, lowercase, it's a proper noun. Keeps mewing next to me. R from Connor. I don't even know what mewing means, but Jackson, whatever that is, if you could stop doing it, I'd appreciate it. And Connor, just be a little more accepting, okay? Group project. Ben is the absolute worst, and I need you to please fail him. You don't need me to do that. He's doing it himself. Get him out of my group. I can't deal with him anymore. He doesn't do crap. If you were in a group with Hum, you wouldn't be able to stand him either. I am in a group with him. We're all in a group together. I know how annoying Ben can be. Sorry, Ben. Okay. Bro, I know I got like 10 missing assignments, but I need an A. Lowercase I only have 30 minutes of screen time a day. I can't text shoddy. Be a real one and help me. Peace out. Your fave student. Subject line, Brew, please. I'm not even going to open these emails up anymore that have these subject lines. I don't even know what that means. What is a shoddy? Yo, teach. Mr. Price. Yo, lowercase I. I know I be slacking off in class sometime, but can I get cred on today's assignment? 5 question marks. Thanks, bro. Golo Yogo. Yeah. Not your bro. All right? We're supposed to start with that. Grades. Spelled with a 3. Fix my grades now. I did the assignment. My mom will kill me if it is not fixed. I hope so. Less work for me. Right? One less paper.
At this point, I just feel like teaching is me just trying to make it a break. I am exhausted. These kids don't listen. These kids don't learn. These kids are mean. I'm exhausted.
Public service announcements. Read with your kids. Read with your kids, bro. I'm tired of doing all the work. Read with your kids, bro, for real. Because I'm a teacher, and none of the kids know the ABCs, bro.
I will die on this hill every single day if I had to, but I think the most frustrating part about teachers feeling this way is that if you were to time yourself reading one children's book, it wouldn't take you more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So the fact that so many teachers are feeling frustrated about something that takes no more than 5 minutes to do, I find unacceptable. And the crazy part is that there is no excuse for it, because even if you don't have access to books, I'm sure if you just ask your child's teacher, hey, could we please borrow a book so we could practice reading at home? I don't know what teacher is gonna say no. And because it's not that time consuming, we can't make the excuse that there is no time to spend 3 minutes with our child. The reality just is that your child knows how to use bad words in context. They know lyrics to songs that they shouldn't even know exist, but they can't even recognize letters, let alone sight words, at the big age of 1st grade.
Teachers are trying to tell you that you and your kids are not okay. We're not okay. We're not okay.
This is a real student's paper. I covered up the name because I don't want you, that is what they completed. In 20 minutes, this is what they completed.
I told them the answer to number 9. 1/4 of the students got it incorrect.
We gamified the curriculum. It's on my board because we played a game. Just to show you, hold on. Gamified the curriculum, okay? These were their mascots, okay? Group 3 won, clearly, okay? But these were their mascots for the groups, okay? I gamified it. And when I tell you that my principal came in, okay, after we had done the game and they're doing the quiz, and I have a CC class, so I have my gen ed students just going to town. She was like, oh my gosh, they're powering through this quiz. It looks like they really know it. Where's the rest of your class? I'm like, they're across the hall, okay? They need to have test accommodations, so they're in another classroom. So she goes to that class with the students who were in here for the game.
And she comes back 60 seconds later saying, Miss D, they are a hot mess. They keep asking me, since the X repeats, is it a function? And I don't know what they're asking. So I'm gonna stay over here with these kids. I need you to go across the hall with your CC teacher and answer those questions. They can use a calculator, they can use their notes, they can ask questions, they can have class discussion over there. All of that is test accommodations that we are doing for them. And they did not know, even though we just went over it 5 minutes before they went over to the quiz. They did not know. Let me tell you, I give them typed notes. Let me show you, because no, y'all don't believe us when we be crashing out. You think that we're just making things up because we're just horrible daycare providers for y'all. Typed out. They're typed and given. You think it's our fault somehow, some way. It's still our fault. How? How is it still our fault? The kids are not okay. And it's not the teacher's fault. Because we're not babysitters. We are educators, and we're good at what we do. We're good at what we do. We love what we do. And we love your kids. But we do not share custody of raising your children.
Get your kids before the real world does, okay? I don't know what's in the air in these schools that's causing these kids to act crazy, entitled, acting like they can say whatever they want to adults or whatever and just be disrespectful to people who are showing them respect. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm the substitute teacher who is not going to deal with that, okay? Your kid has one time to disrespect me, and I guarantee you that one time they're going to be in the office. I don't care if it's something minute or if it's something huge. You're going to get sent to the office and you're going to get this referral immediately. Enough is enough. And at first I was side-eyeing the teachers. I was really side-eyeing the teachers because I was like, what are you doing? What environment are you cultivating in your classrooms? Where's the classroom management? Now, some teachers don't be doing their job at all, but I'm not talking about them. But there are teachers who come to their job trying to work hard, trying to make sure that your kids are educated and your kids are not getting the proper training at home and the bare minimum and learning how to be a decent freaking human being at home and giving these teachers.
I am a first-year high school English teacher. This is definitely going to be my first and last year teaching. I was made very quickly aware of the fact that this is not the profession for me. It is absolutely astonishing and scary how your kids are 14, 15 years old and still do not have the proper reading skills. And I'm not talking about the ESC kids, the 504s, the IEP kids. I'm talking about your everyday regular Joe Schmo from Kokomo kid who does not know how to read and write at the level that they should. And the problem is that they don't care to learn how to do those things correctly. I can't teach the class because your kid wants to be a disruption, because your kid wants to be on their phone, because your kid does not give a flying about their education. The problem really, yes, the problem is your kid. The problem is also you as a parent, but the problem is also the administration who continuously makes these stupid excuses for these kids' bad behavior. Why in the world are you still talking about COVID? Every time these kids act up, it's always, well, they spent 2 years in COVID. So did everybody else. That was 2 years ago. At what point are we gonna stop blaming COVID for these kids' bad behavior? At what point are we gonna stop making these excuses for these kids? They are the problem. When you are stopping your teacher from being able to teach the entire class because you don't wanna follow directions, that is a you problem. And the thing is, the teacher will always get blamed. Every single time. It's always the teacher's fault. The teacher can't manage their classroom well. The teacher doesn't have the patience. The teacher this, the teacher that. When are you going to start holding your kids accountable for their bad behavior? This is why all these teachers are leaving, because they're tired of getting blamed for your kids' wrongdoing, for your lacking as a parent, for your lacking as an administration. My job as a teacher, it should just be to teach my curriculum. My job as a teacher should not be to be the therapist, to be the nurse, to be the parent, I don't get paid enough for that. Like when teachers talk about the problem with pay, that's what they're talking about, because you're requiring all of us to do all the work of like 4 different careers, but only paying us for one. The districts are all afraid of the parents complaining. The administration is afraid of the parents complaining. The parents are afraid of the kids who don't want to do their job. And who's left to pick up the pieces? The educators, the teachers. Because if these kids fail, y'all are gonna make it seem like, well, the teacher wasn't doing their job. It's the teacher's fault. No, it's your kid who came to my class, sat there, twiddled on his phone. She wanted to sit here and talk to this girl, do everything but what they're supposed to be asked. And I cannot get them to do their work because they don't care. And they know you're gonna make excuses for them. And that's why they continue to do the same things that they do. When these kids get sent to ISS, for whatever the case may be, you know what happens? Nothing. They just sit there on their phone or sit there on their laptop and do nothing. It's essentially free time for them. What are they learning from that? Sure, they might miss out on an assignment, but then here their parents come talking about what can my child do to make up their grades? How about stop getting suspended? How about when I'm teaching a lesson, close your mouth? How about when I tell you to do something, instead of rolling your eyes and having a nasty attitude about it, you just do it. Put the discipline back into the schools. I'm not saying bring back the paddle. Bring back the actual disciplinary actions, because these kids are not learning.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for one reason only, and that's to say this. This generation of students, kids, whatever y'all wanna call them, they're cooked. There's no hope. I done did all I can. I done tried my hardest. I'm a teacher. I done tried my hardest. I teach high school. And I have no hope. Like, I'm not even trying to, like, nothing about this is funny. I'm so serious. Like, disrespectful, addicted to phones, no need to or want to follow directions, no respect for authority. Like, there's, like, all of this is out the window. Like, there's none of that. I genuinely question every day if I want to have kids of my own because of how cooked this generation is. I pray for y'all kids. My kids are gonna be weird. They ain't gonna have friends because they could never.
I'm a high school teacher. It is 4 weeks into the school year with students, and I am at my limit already. I am at my limit with being talked to and demanded at so disrespectfully, interrupted constantly, repeating myself countless times. This year feels worse. This year feels worse than the last 5 years I've taught. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel like I've seen so many teachers make videos where we are all ringing the alarm saying, this is bad. This year is not good. It's not good. We are struggling, and not a lot of us are going to last if this continues, because I think there's a reckoning of teachers realizing, like, I actually don't deserve to be treated like shit. And then every day wipe that slate clean and start on over as if it didn't happen. I teach high schoolers. I see it from videos of elementary school teachers and middle school teachers. I don't know when, as a society, we're going to wake up and say, our system is failing. Our students don't have basic respect or human decency. Teachers are done. Obviously, disclaimer, not all teachers, not all parents, not all students, not all schools. But I'm seeing way too many videos of teachers saying, I can't do this anymore. And we need to be taking that seriously.
Working with children has ruined my passion for working with children. I have worked with children for 7 years. 6 of them were in schools. 1 of them was in a hospital. I have been a substitute teacher. I have been a school counselor. I have been a paraprofessional. I have worked in a hospital with students. I've worked with students at a summer camp. I've worked with children for cheerleading. I've done it all. 10 years ago, when I made the decision that I want to work with children, they were not the way that they are now. iPad kids weren't a thing 10 years ago. Kids have always lacked impulse control. They talk when they're not really supposed to be talking. They can be a little bit silly. They can have crazy bodies, wiggly. It's just different now. And it's hard to explain to the people who are not also in education, because they simply just think, oh, older generations always get annoyed by younger generations. You guys were exactly the same. Like, you guys were just as crazy and annoying and not following the directions. That just simply is not true.